Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So having recently passed 2000 subscribers, I think it would be nice for our first Q&A video. Alright, so for our frequently asked question, first of all we have, where are you from? So it might be surprising, but I am actually from a country called Cambodia, which is sandwiched between Thailand and Vietnam. So we are known for having temples and good weather and, well, just a lot of nature stuff. It's a pretty nice country down here. You can make a visit sometime if you want. Second of our frequently asked question is, when will you do a face reveal? So I am not pretty sure about this because since my channel is about gaming, but I have no plans for the near future that I will be doing a face reveal yet. Okay, so now it's time for the question that you guys dropped in the Discord server, so I'll be answering them one by one. Alright, so we have a question that is asked by Bearded Dragon, and he said, what is your favorite game, food, and drink? So my favorite game, I would say War Thunder, although it can be a big pain because I'm actually taking a break from it now. It's just so much grind and stuff. My favorite food, I would say Italian food. I love pizza and other Italian food. And my favorite drink, I would say tea, like green tea, black tea. All sorts of tea is good for me. I love all of them. So now we got a few questions by Suslord. First of all, he asked, when did you start playing Rise of Nations? So I started playing Rise of Nations in like 2019 or 2020, like 1 or 2 years ago, and it was like the best Roblox game that I played at that time. Next question, when did you start playing Roblox? So I started playing Roblox in around 2017, so it has been like 4 years now, not that long. Next question we have from Andrej TM. So he asked, what inspired you to do YouTube? The Rise of Nations video, I started it because there was no good tutorial back then, so I just make a video on Rise of Nations tutorial. The viewers just go boom, so it motivates me to do other video and it just keeps on going like that. Now we have a question from Mao. What is your favorite part of history? Well, my favorite part of history is Operation Barbarossa, the German invasion of the Soviet Union in World War II. Also the American Civil War. I'm also quite interested in that. Next question we have from Mr. Choo Choo Plane. Are you a liberal or conservative? I'm a little bit to the conservative side. Not because I have any political connection with a conservative person, but I say that I just grew up pretty conservative. Okay, now a question from SUPE. Do you have a target of fame? Okay, so for this, if I have to answer it honestly, I will say that no, I do not have a specific target of fame, although I want to keep this channel pretty low, let's say not above 100,000 subscribers. Next question, do you have a hobby outside of gaming? So yes, I have a lot of hobby outside of gaming. So I play soccer, I cycle around, I like to travel, I like to read books, and I also like to do outdoor stuff like gardening and farming stuff. Now we have a few questions from Texas Italian Man. First he asked, what is your favorite nation to play inside of Rise of Nations? Well, for that I would have to say my best bet is Egypt, because I like to play as Egypt. Next one is Heart of Iron 4 or Rise of Nations. So this one is a very tough question to answer since I played both of them, but I would say that I like them equally. One, you just have to require a lot of thinking, like a lot, and one was just a simpler version of it that a lot of people can have access to and play. Next question is, what is your favorite artist? So if you know me, you know that I am really into country music. The old traditional country music one. So my favorite artist is Mr. Alan Jackson, and my favorite song from him is probably Drive or Small Town Southern Man. Next question is, what is your favorite film or genre? So I personally haven't watched a lot of movie myself, but from what I've watched, I would say that my favorite one would be Rocky. My second favorite one would be something like Saving Private Ryan. And my favorite genre is, if you're talking about movie, it's gonna be action, and if you're talking about something else, it's a historical documentary. Okay, next question is, do you like reading? If so, what do you like to read? Well, I obviously like to read stuff about history because currently I'm reading 4 books about history, which is Battle Cry of Freedom, To Hell and Back by Audie Murphy, El Durado and American Expansion to the West, and also Operation Barbarossa and Germany defeats in the East. Next question is, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Well, my first destiny would have to be Greece. I love Greece, the culture, the language, the everything about Greece. And secondly, if I have to visit another country, it would be Canada. Yes, I love Canada. Okay, now we have a few questions from our Discord head administrator, GO207. First is, are you single? Very interesting question, but the answer is yes, I am single and I have no plan for anything in the future. Next question is, have you ever had a life-threatening moment before? And for this, I will have to say yes, because a few months ago, I was caught with dengue fever. So, you know, mosquito just bite me and send all those kind of virus inside me. But yeah, I was tested positive on the 5th day, so it was close to being too late. But luckily, I was sent to the hospital and everything came back to normal. Next is, what is the most daring thing you've done? So, interesting question. I've done this a few months before COVID hit hard. So, a few months ago, I went into a car with my dad and my family and I drove all the way from my house to the Vietnamese border. Luckily, we didn't get caught by police. Now we have a few questions from MH Good Gamer. First, he asked, favorite empire? Okay, so my favorite empire is probably going to be the First French Empire, and my second favorite would be the Roman Empire. Next question, we have favorite game inside Roblox. Okay, so my favorite game inside Roblox gotta be Standard Issue, Rise of Nations, Blood and Iron, and a few more mostly shooting game stuff. Next question is, what is your favorite sports? So my favorite sport is soccer because I obviously play soccer, but other than that, I like table tennis and frisbee, also baseball. Next is, what are your computer specs? So I actually use a laptop and not a computer, but I'll drop the spec here on the screen so you can see it. And for the last question here, we have, what do you think about Connect and Sorry RN? Okay, so this one is interesting because I do think that they are a very good Rise of Nations player, and I have to admit that I also watched their video. So yes, I have no kind of hate toward them because I never been in an argument with them and I like them overall. So yes, that was it for our question and answer video, and I kinda enjoy doing these sorts of video. I like to share my opinion and see what other people think about a certain topic. So as always, thank you for watching the video and see you in the next video.